And indeed, I too would like to welcome Michael and thank him for my seat here in the Senate. He was one of the people who got me my original nomination. So, along Leader, we have again before this House a plethora of days allocated to the Judicial Appointments Bill, and I understand the sponsoring minister threw his toys out of the cot last week and wouldn't allow the appointment of judges. This is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's an affront to the things that are going on in this country. We are wasting our time in this chamber pushing through a bill that nobody in your party wants. Nobody that I have spoken to. Maybe you'll tell us in your reply that you are a die-in-the-wood confirmed supporter of the Judicial Appointments Bill.
But rather than wasting time,
I'm about to move on to the important things. I'm about to move on to the important things.
All have a turn.
On Saturday last, listening to RTE, I listened to the junior minister with responsibility for defence, speaking about the emergency air ambulance which has been stood down one day a week for the next 4 months. And I heard him saying, when he was pushed by the presenter, that he had become aware of the problem a couple of months ago. Now, either the minister is not on top of his job or he lied. Because in 20...
Come on, Cahill.
In 20...
Come on, Cahill.
Senator,
Draw that.
can't accuse anybody of lies.
Come on, Cahill.
Shouldn't mean anything.
I did not accuse him of lying, Cahill.
You should sit down. You're a disgrace.
Order, please. Now I'll deal with it.
What I said...
You did suggest it.
What I said
And I will ask you to withdraw that.
I would say that he
Your man is usually observant of the rules of the House.
Okay, I'll withdraw the word lies and say misled the people of this House. One or the other. Because...
Of course he can say that. It's quite legitimate.
You know, I took away the word lies for you.
You can make your point without...
Right. Well, my point is very simple. The Joint Defence Forces and Department of Defence in 2015 and again in 2016, high-level groups were put together to report on the situation. The Minister and the Department and everybody and anybody under the sun was aware of the fact that there were serious shortcomings coming down the line. The recommendations of those two groups, the 2015 and 2016 groups, were ignored completely. Totally and utterly rejected. The Minister then went on to say that a number of pilots had been recommissioned into the Air Corps. The truth? One Lieutenant Colonel who will not fly because he's at a rank where it would be administration, and the second is a captain. That captain, I'm sure, is not going to be given the keys of a helicopter and told, good lad, off you go there now and fly helicopters for us. So at the end of the day, that, I'm afraid, is not good enough. Now, I could go through a plethora of things, and I see you smiling away there, Leader, so I do. One of the places we might look is in your own backyard down in Cork, where we have 2 ships costing millions of euros tied up and no crew to sail them. The announcement yesterday, which was cynical to say the very least, of the tax relief that has been provided for sailors, was a 12th-hour announcement after business. And the truth of the matter is most seagoing people have had that allowance for years. So I'm proposing an amendment to the order of business today that the Minister for Defence, on Taoiseach if possible, or the Minister with responsibility for Defence, Minister Keogh, be brought to this House today at 6:15 to deal with the issues raised on the Saturday programme and a plethora of other issues in relation to the Defence Forces. And I'm putting that motion before the House now. Thank you, Las Carlock.
It's about one issue. You can't call him in a plethora of issues. It's about one issue you're calling him in on.
We call him in on the Air Corps.